People who have realized the beauty and depth of the infinite, who have realized that there is only one true source, one self, one consciousness, one awareness. They have formed groups around them, those groups guided by the wisdom and teaching of those who have had the deep realization of these truths. This has happened throughout the world, in all cultures, many times with dramatic circumstances, because these people are influenced by that divine presence, that divine God self. And so you can say that it is the hand of God, the grace of God, that brings these teachings through individuals into the world. They are the manifestations of that divine guidance, that divine shelter for living beings. It is an embodiment of grace. From these ordinary experiences, these unique experiences where the divine presence comes close to the world, teachings are laid down, later to be called esoteric teachings. But they are the teachings that come from direct experience of the infinite. They are teachings that are intuitional. They are from that divine source. And those teachings given to humanity through human beings become the bedrock of human knowledge. They become the solid ground of human understanding. Even in scientific circles, you will find that the great wisdom, the great knowledge has come through these intuitional moments when through deep concentration, trying to understand what is going on, the information flows in from the cosmic mind to the individual mind and then is brought to expression through sound, through voice, through writing. It is brought to expression. And so thus we have gained the periodic table, the science of evolution, many things in the scientific world, as well as those which are from the spiritual realms, the esoteric knowledge. So this knowledge comes directly from that cosmic consciousness, that cosmic mind. And its origin is in the cosmic nucleus, because that cosmic nucleus is the all-attracting entity. It is the core, the essence of existence. And in it there is an introversial pull that is pulling all of the created universe, created through sanchara, created through the external expression through the gunas and the 5 elements. It comes back again through the introversial pull, pratisanchara, to the cosmic nucleus. But that cosmic nucleus exerts a pull on all the created universe, pulling it towards the deep center, the core of being. And that introversial pull is what manifests in the cosmic mind and draws the living beings to their deep home, to their cosmic shelter, to their reality of their existence. So in that process, that introversial essence expresses, and it must express through living beings, be they human or non-human. It will take the manifestation, it will express through living beings and bring the knowledge, the wisdom that is needed to draw the people back to their spiritual source. So this knowledge comes not from individuals. There is no individual who has this knowledge. It comes from the cosmic mind. Some would say the Akashic record, the cosmic knowledge of all that is. And it comes from the intent of that divine source, that one unitary existence, to draw the living beings to the shelter of the infinite. And from that manifests the grace in the teachings. Those teachings do not come to one culture alone. They come to all societies of human beings to one degree or another. They are given to the living beings in all the social groupings and networks of human life, in all parts of the world. So you will find that over the millennials, though they are given by one teacher or perhaps a number of teachers over the years, they form a body of knowledge, and that body begins to grow as more beings come through which that cosmic force brings knowledge into the world. And that knowledge forms the esoteric base of the wisdom of people on how to work with their human suffering and bring themselves back to the source of their being and to the love that is infinite. It takes slightly different expressions according to the time, place, and person. So in different cultures, it will look a little different because the symbolism and the way of thinking of the people is different. So it will be adjusted to the people. It, over time, with the addition of other teachings that also come from divine source, can become a body of knowledge. That body of knowledge is often called esoteric wisdom. From this esoteric wisdom, those people who are deeply motivated to know truth will study this esoteric knowledge. They will do themselves spiritual practice, meditations, to attune themselves to that infinite awareness so that they can have direct experience, not just to read the teachings in a book or hear the teacher, but to have their own direct experience that comes through deep practice on connecting with that infinite source, so that that knowledge comes directly. But when it forms a body of knowledge, esoteric knowledge, in the esoteric side of Hinduism, there is the knowledge that was given, that was written in the Upanishads, the tantric teachings, then later the books of the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Sutras. This knowledge comes, it is recorded, it forms a base. But the simple people of the world, to study all of this knowledge is far too complicated. Their lives are busy, they don't feel that they can do spiritual practice on a daily basis. It is too much discipline for them, and they may be very poor. They are just striving to feed their families and to survive. And so the practices, esoteric practices, become too much, and the esoteric knowledge too complicated. But they have a love for the Supreme, and they want to worship, and they want to feel that there is a God guiding their life. So they turn to a group of people who have this wisdom. Over time, those people become priests, priestesses. They form a church or a organization or a mission. They form a sangha of some type, and that sangha becomes the esoteric, the body of people who are there to hold the esoteric knowledge and to bring it to the people in the ordinary ways that ordinary, perhaps uneducated people can understand. It doesn't require high philosophy, it doesn't require great knowledge, only to chant the name of the holy ones and to have a love and devotion for the God. But over time, all systems that are set up deteriorate. This is the nature of entropy. This is the nature of the systems that are developed. They will not remain constant, because the priests and priestesses, the people who are the ministers, the shamans who are the guides of the people, if they have not truly found their own inner light, their own inner wisdom direct from the divine, and they are not bringing that through themselves, they will deteriorate in their own natural human tendencies to want power, to want wealth, to want control. And from these desires, the teachings become polluted. So the religions start to become oppressive. They are egocentric, and they at one time offer a solace in a simple form to ordinary people, but on the other hand, they form dogmas and irrational beliefs to keep the common people in place, to mobilize them for the purposes of those in power. And thus, in the age of the control of the priests and priestesses of the society, in that age, they are the political heads. And the church is not only a religious source of solace and direction to the people, it is also the head of state and will guide the lives of the people. But that guidance becomes sullied by the unclear desires of human beings. And thus the esoteric becomes exoteric. And after some time, the exoteric becomes oppressive, also becomes the cause of wars. each side feeling that God is on their side against the other. The common people begin to feel if only they pray, then the God will release them, will do what they want, will give them what they want, and if they say a number of prayers and if they give some offering to the church, then the God will be on their side and they will get what they want in their life. So these magical beliefs and magical thinking come into play in the exoteric religion. But then the religion becomes the source of oppression as the beliefs gain momentum to guide the people against one group against another. So the witch hunts have happened and the crusades have happened, and the Muslims are murdered by the Hindus, and the Muslim world conquered so many countries, and in the name of God, people have oppressed, killed, and tortured in the name of God. When the esoteric religion has become a political adventure, a political move, and the desires of human beings have come to dominate religion rather than the pure love of the infinite. But all of these religions had their base in the esoteric teachings and the love of the Supreme, the guidance that was given. So with the entropy, it deteriorates. With the lesser minds expressing the teachings, it deteriorates. But then the cycle turns, and the wisdom of the infinite is again refreshed in the minds of the people. The true teachings reemerge, and people are guided to the light. There are times of collective darkness where greed, power, and ill acts guide the humanity. And there are times in the cycles of creation when beings are guided by love, kindness, care, and the welfare of all living beings. Such a time is on the horizon, but the change does not come easily. Keep that love in your heart. Keep the grace of the infinite in your heart. Go deep within to have your own connection to that divine love, that divine guidance, that divine source. And stay in that love. That is the greatest service you can do at this time for living beings. Then your words will be true, your actions will be those of love. They will be guided by the divine hand. In times when the world is troubled, when crisis faces the human society, this love is greatly needed. Go within, and the way will be shown. All right?